Hare Krishna everyone, welcome to Soul Bliss. Avoid being excessively sensitive. Avoid being excessively sensitive as emotional sensitivity often leads to unnecessary suffering. Investing emotionally in the external world is unwise as it only strengthens its illusionary nature. Instead, take time to meditate, to be still, and to realize your true essence. Drifting along with the perpetual motion of life without self reflection constantly threatens your happiness. There may come a day when your body becomes seriously ill, limiting your ability to engage in activities you once enjoyed during your youth or good health. Such a realization can be incredibly disheartening for the soul. Therefore, prior to that day, liberate yourself to the extent that you can observe your body with detachment, caring for it as if it belonged to someone else. One of my students endured a highly distressing knee condition characterized by bone decay. The leg underwent numerous surgeries and reconstructions, yet she spoke of it as if it were insignificant, simply referring to it as a minor operation. This approach exemplifies an admirable outlook on life. Strive to cultivate a mindset that enables you to face challenges with heightened mental fortitude. Even when you find yourself unable to engage in long or profound meditation, always remind yourself that you are working for God. By anchoring your mind in Him, you will no longer suffer inwardly. No matter how much disease or illness may afflict you, it will be unable to penetrate your inner being. At times, when this physical body causes trouble, I turn inward and everything dissolves in the divine light of God. Similar to watching moving pictures on a screen and finding enjoyment in the contrasting interplay of good and evil actions. Joy and sorrowful scenarios, you will be entertained by this world. You will be able to say, Lord, whatever you do is all right. However, until you consciously recognize that this existence is but a dream, you will not comprehend the purpose behind God's creation of this world. Let us aspire to be like the Lord, who is simultaneously active and inactive. God, in manifesting the universe, desired to remain engaged. This should serve as inspiration for spiritual seekers. Many believe that to find God and escape from the illusionary world, they must renounce their responsibilities and seek seclusion in remote places like the Himalayas. However, it is not as simple as that. The mind will still be observed in its ever-changing moods and restlessness, and the body will have to remain active to meet its basic needs and fulfill its duties. It is easier to discover God amidst the bustling jungle of civilization by striking a balance between meditation and constructive conscientious work. Emulate the Lord's example of being both active and inactive. God experiences boundless joy through activity in the act of creation, while in the realm beyond creation, God blissfully rests in serene tranquility. Through my diligent efforts to find God through meditation, I now enjoy His bliss even while engaged in various activities. Consequently, external actions no longer have an adverse effect on me. Though I may express preferences or dislikes towards the duality surrounding me inwardly, I remain calm and resolute like steel. I am calmly active and actively calm, resembling a prince of peace seated on the throne of poise, gracefully governing the kingdom of activity. At first glance, it may appear that God, out of perfect, created imperfect beings. However, in reality, these imperfect beings are indeed perfect souls made in the image of God. The only task that God desires from you is to distinguish between the imperfection of the dream-like world and your perfect self. When you dwell upon your mortal existence and all its challenges, and when you identify yourself solely with those aspects, you undermine the divine image within you. Affirm and acknowledge, I am not merely a mortal being, I am spirit. Recognize and embrace your true essence beyond the transient limitations of the physical realm. God continually endeavors to guide His children back to their inherent perfection. This is even in those considered evil, as they too exhibit a search for God, though not overtly expressed. Can you find an evil person who consciously seeks misery through their actions? No. They believe their pursuits will bring them pleasure and happiness. Whether good or evil, you will observe that people in their own way are searching for happiness. No one intentionally wishes to harm themselves. Then why do individuals behave in ways that are inherently evil and bound to cause pain and sorrow? Such actions stem from their greatest of all sins, ignorance. It is more appropriate to label them as wrongdoers rather than sinners. While you can condemn the wrongful actions, it is important not to condemn the doer. Sins are errors committed under the influence of ignorance or delusion. The essence is that in everything we do, we are seeking happiness. No one can genuinely claim to be a materialist because anyone who seeks happiness is in fact seeking God. Hence, in both good and evil, God entices us back to Him through our pursuit of happiness. The suffering inflicted by evil will eventually guide the errant towards the joys of virtue. Since life inherently consists of medley of good and evil, beautiful dreams and nightmares, our focus should be on seeking and fostering beautiful dreams, rather than becoming entangled in dreadful nightmares. From the singular consciousness of God, the manifold creation emerged. And now God endeavors to reunite the many back into a state of oneness. Besides, the waves dissolve back into the ocean. Just as a storm stirs the ocean, giving rise to countless waves, once the storm subsides, the waves dissolve back into the ocean. Within the diversity of creation there exists an intrinsic unity, much like how the essence of waves is the ocean itself. Family consciousness binds group of souls together. Nations have leaders who unify and guide them. Social groups come together in pursuit of shared objectives. When you attain realization of God, you will perceive all forces harmoniously united in Him. In this state, life becomes a sweet melody and death merely a fleeting dream. Health is a sweet experience while sickness fades into insignificance. Praise becomes an enchanting tune and blame holds no power. Your being resonates with the divine song flowing through you. Such an understanding will grant you an entirely new perspective on life. Please like the video and subscribe the channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Thank you.